Welcome to the 2018 World Championships. It's Rio de Janeiro, it's Brazil, it's Samba time. We have the best of the best who are competing in the 4 official categories. Many of these athletes have been here for the last 2 weeks, really getting to know the course. And clearly, some athletes have the best memories of their life from here. This is the 2016 Olympic course. I'm Denis Gargochenu. I'm French, an Olympic champion and world champion. The Olympic gold medal and the general public and the people in the sports world, it's really the medal that everyone needs and wants to win. The success of a whole career. We can't do better. We can repeat it, but I'm not sure it's even better to win again. It's just much, much harder. After the Olympic medal, to re-motivate myself was similar to winning the World Championships. I won them in 2011, very young. I really wasn't expecting it, and I don't think I was ready. After that, I passed by a really complicated phase of life mentally to know what I was looking for in the sport and why was I really doing this. What pushes me today? Well, I have the answer, and it's the challenge. The challenge, once you've won the Worlds and the Olympics, the challenge is more technical than physical, as you've already reached the highest level. But something I'd not really worked on was the mental approach. For me, this is why I continue today, to be able to, in a way, control my head in the most difficult situations. Let the action start, and we have now the lineup of the 10 fastest gentlemen of the weekend in the C1 category. This is where they are kneeling, being supported by some foam, and as we see, it's a one-bladed paddle. Ryan Wesley, 25 years old from Great Britain, wasn't the Olympic boat in Rio, but really pushed forward this year, winning the Senior European Championships and 2015 in Lee Valley, which is the London course, which bears many similarities to this course. He was a medalist there in the World Championships. So as we see him progress down the course, red and white, you need to go upstream. Green and white, the majority being green and white, 24 gates in all. Downstream, you push against the wall, and he fires over the line, and his time is cumulative. Now, he wasn't the first to go. We're showing the best of the highlights. Sidiris Tassiadis, number 1. Why is he number 1? Well, he's the most consistent athlete of the season so far, having won 3 World Cups. Really has a massive, massive blade, very short paddle, very athletic gentleman here, and an Olympic silver medalist from London 6 years ago now. So it's really all about cutting the fine lines. As you can see on the side, there were judging panels to see if they hit the pole. If you hit the pole, there's a 2-second penalty, immediately goes onto your time. If you miss a pole, there's 50 seconds. Sidiris here really having to fight the power of the water to put the boat where he wants to. Just moves into second place. Franz Anton, now here's a character. When he's not competing, he spends most of the time on the sidelines as an excellent photographer. He's one of the few athletes here that's been able to adapt from the sadly demise of the C2 category, where he was the world champion with Jan Benzian a couple of years ago, he punts off the side. His name has been very dynamic, always in control, with, I could say, an aggressive approach. Choosing to spin there, so putting the bow of the boat round, so he really ties himself up to know where to go next. Here he has to really use the power of the water. Sprint across, quickly in and out. Works in his favour. 180 beats a minute of their heart. But this is what it's all around. Last few seconds, can it be gold? Can it be gold? Yes, it can. Franz Anton, world champion 2018 for Germany. Ryan Wesley takes the silver, and Siddharth Tassiadis for Germany takes the bronze medal.
It's
an amazing feeling for me to win here. 2 years ago, we lost a good friend here. So it's my power source for my run today. It's great to win the gold medal for him.
Jess and Malin have been on an Olympic podium before, so I was quite new to the experience, and it was something I've always dreamt about, but to actually have that dream come true was amazing. And I think I was just looking to these two to kind of know what to do, the podium etiquette. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I sat in the blocks for the first time, like my heart just, like it brought back that feeling of being in the Olympic start. Just for training, you know, the first day of training I was like, whoa, like I've got that emotion again.
I feel similar emotion, but the finish line. But not for of the racing days, the training days, all the training days. Crossing the finish line, I was thinking, every time. So training, when I crossed the finish line, was again, but stop, this is not Olympics, I'm not preparing it.
I just actually remember feeling so calm on the day, and I guess when I go back up to the start blocks and training, just sitting there thinking, I actually can't believe that when I was sitting in those blocks at the Olympic Games, I felt so calm and so confident, and there were all the crowds and the grandstands and everyone watching back home, and you know, you have one chance to do it, and yeah, it's just really a cool moment.
Time to make new memories.
Yeah, big time. New race.
Thanks for the reminiscing. Feeling nostalgic now.
Of course, that was the three medalists from the Olympic Games. Now moving on to the 2018 K1 Women's Finals. The athletes are sitting in their boats with a two-bladed paddle. Mallory Franklin has really come into her own as a kayak paddler this season. She's always been one of the top canoe paddlers. In fact, she's the reigning world champion. But she seems to have really put on some strength. Always known for her great control. If you look at her eyes, they're like lasers looking for the next option. Here we have two upstreams in a row. Mallory looks like she's taking it not easy, but she's really looking to put down a safe, clean run. One of the first to go in the final. That's not a bad option to have. Maybe stuck there a little bit in 22. So a little bit sticky at the bottom, goes into first rank, but she knows it's going to be something left open. Jess Fox. Jess Fox is, you can't really count with too many superlatives. She's a multiple world champion, 2014. She won the K1 and C1. And this year she's won several of the individual races and of course the overall standings. People say she knows what to do, how to anticipate the problems, and remarkably how to get out of them. also studying at university by distance while she's doing this. Has something to prove with the Olympic course, only took a bronze medal, and it was only because she had amazing standards that she was disappointed by her. Coming to the last crucial stage. Really managed to control the boat. Amazing well. Looks a little bit tired, but has the guts. Keep it going all the way. Puts in a really solid one. And takes provisional first place. Last to go. Ricky Funk from Germany, wearing number 1. So she's had the best results in the last year. One of the lightest, but one of the strongest competitors, hitting gate number 2, 2-second penalty. She's done that before in one race. It's going to be very tough, however. Really flies nicely through there. Great overhead shots. You can see the pressure that Jess Fox feels. She knows she's up against the best. Now coming into another difficult section. But she hasn't made it up, though. Fighting for a medal with all the courage she can put forward. Looks happy to take the bronze medal. So, Jessica Fox, gold for Australia. Mallory Franklin, silver for Great Britain. Ricardo Funk takes the bronze in the World Championships 2018. You're looking at possibly the world's greatest ever paddler.
Oh, I cannot believe that. It was a great race and a fight to the finish, and I'm just thrilled to back that up and to win another world title today. Amazing.
Okay, right. I'm Mallory Franklin from Great Britain. I'm the 2017 C1 World Champion. I think that having Jess definitely and me occasionally when I came to play ball, it just allows everyone to kind of see what's possible, and everyone has something to emulate and try and copy, and like I use that myself. Like Jess is phenomenal at some things, and like some of the runs she spits out are literally just awesome, and it's nice to be able to watch that, and I think everyone else uses that as well to kind of see what's possible and kind of use that to develop yourself and to try and mimic that in some ways. It's impossible to be considered one of the best and have the amount of attention that you can and not feel some pressure from it. But I think that for me, definitely, I've been canoeing since I was so young that it's just fun, and like it's almost quite nice to be recognised for that. Yeah, it does add pressure, but I really enjoy it, and it's nice to be able to do stuff like this and just come and chat and try and expand the sport to new people and get people excited about it as well, and that's what I like doing. I think that C1 getting into the Olympics is really good for us. It's kind of heightened the level a little bit. There's a lot more countries now that are coming in pretty full force, and it makes the competition just that step higher, and it gives us something bigger to aim for than just the Worlds. The Worlds is a big thing, and it happens every year, but the Olympics is just one step above that. I know all the girls that I've spoken to are really excited for it and can't wait for the debut in Tokyo. I think winning the Worlds just gives you, like for me, it just gave me some perspective. It's something that we all aim for and like strive to get endlessly, and it's why we're here and why we're racing. But I think after winning it, I kind of realised how much like I just want to be the best person I can be, and I want to be the best paddler I can be. And then if that results in me medaling or if that results in me not, I don't really mind. I just think that it just allows me to race freer because I know that it doesn't really change anything. It just gives you that little boost of confidence, and for me it just gave me the ability to know that I'm on the right track and I'm heading in the right direction, and that's the most important thing for me.
C1 women start list, and as we saw, Mallory Franklin was alluding to the fact that this is going to be a new event in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. Teresa Fizarova has been around many years now. 2017 Worlds medalled. One of the toughest athletes out there, and you'll see her switching. What does that mean? Well, she puts the blade in a different hand, so she's always on her strongest side, using the water. The idea is to keep the blade in the water to really help you rotate, but the abs and trunks on these athletes are second to none. Really the most complete athletes in the sporting world. To go maximum heartbeat for over 100 seconds, plus contorting, twisting, turning and pushing with all your might. A little bit to catch up. Really, the idea is the upstreams are put in the eddies, so where the water's not flowing too quickly. But if you let yourself drop a little bit, there's a lot of work to do. Looks like she has a 2-second penalty and left herself a little bit of work to do, going a little bit low. The Czech team have always been known as one of the best in the world. Well, caught up well in the second half. Well, Mallory Franklin, we saw her take a medal in the K1. That was yesterday. Weather a little bit warmer today, 27 degrees. So it's a different game here. They're kneeling as opposed to yesterday. She was sitting, and she can really throw the boat around. There you can see switching. I've been watching this for many years, never seen her drop the paddle. But this is one of those sports which really goes to the 10,000 hours regime. You need to put in at least 10,000 hours practice to be at this sort of level. And these really are the best athletes in the world. 3.67 seconds up. Again, as she did with her K1, I was going to say she kept it safe, but no. Just a careless hit, as we'd say. Took it out with her hand. There's 2 seconds on. Keeping in the fast flow. Well, there's frustration out there. Jess Fox. The only athlete to go unbeaten in the World Cup season. Can she push it one step further? Jess is the most exceptional athlete. Has surpassed her father, Richard Fox's 5 single World Championship wins. With this, she'd surpass her mother, 8 World Championship team and individual wins. So far looking really, really good. Always determined not to leave anything out there. So Rio de Janeiro 2018 on the Olympic course. Perfect weather conditions, no wind. Just needs to control the last 2 and look at that, in and out as quickly as you like. Somehow managed to find some extra energy and look, she's taken the course apart by 4.78 seconds. Number 1 is the best. Jess Fox takes the gold for Australia, Mallory Franklin the silver for Great Britain, and Teresa Fizarova takes the bronze medal for the Czech Republic.
This is an emotional win, and it's been a massive weekend and a massive year, and look, I left it all out there, and I'm so happy with this outcome, and I can't thank everyone enough for all their support back home and our team here, and yeah, look, it's been amazing.
I remember me and Joe were talking. Kirji was too far away from us, and we were talking if you jump on the podium, we might slip because it was wet. But we did it anyways.
I remember walking out with Peter and joking because the only trainers they had left for the podium were size 12 when I was size 9. So I was worried that the extra bit at the front I might just trip on the podium. And said to him, I'm not sure I can jump, and he was just like, go for it, go for it.
No, just the feeling when I came to the finish line and I saw I took the lead, it was like really big relief. I felt big relief in my heart and my head.
I remember sitting on the start line and hearing Peter's time and just thinking, oh God, I've got some work to do. And that finally you should get that Olympic medal that he deserves, hopefully. But obviously all to play for at that point still.
The memories will stay forever, you know. You forget lots of races, but you never forget the Olympic event. So yeah, it's always gonna be there, and yeah.
It's special to be here. I find myself talking to the other guys on the team saying, oh, this was at the Olympics, this was at the Olympics, and trying not to, because it's almost like I'm gloating about it, but it's just memories that you kind of hold, and all those memories come back, and standing here now talking about it kind of makes you feel like a bit emotional and does bring back a lot of memories.
In the city, I feel like it's coming back, but here it's like very different, and you know, we are trying to concentrate on this race and not think about 2 years ago.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Three legends of the sport who all made it into today's final. We're talking K1 men. Great to see a Russian in this level. It's not surprising that Pavel Eigel is here. His coach, Jean-Yves Chatin from France, has really been pushing him to the limit. A really strong athlete that's been there or thereabouts for the last 6 or 7 years. As you can see, the men are really all about cutting the angles. 1 or 2 strokes, in, out, and powering away into the real white water, which the fastest current stream is going. Well, 2.6 ahead of the field so far. And this looks like he's putting forward the run of his life. No Russian has ever medalled at this level. The rule is you have to have the whole of your head and part of your boat through at the same time. No problems about powering through. And he moves into first place ahead of 2014 world champion Boris Nevu. Hannes Aigner had a couple of dodgy years in the last 5 or 6 where he hasn't made the first team. But London, he medalled in the Olympics. And on his day, one of the most frightening competitors out there. He's big, he's very powerful. No German has won the World Championship since 2005, Fabian Dorfler. But they do have a really, really strong team, a good work ethic in the ice canal back in Augsburg. And on his day, he can really put forward some amazing runs. You can see the German team going round. It's 0.31 seconds up. Telling the boat what to do. This is the most tricky part of the court coming up. You really have to catch the wave correctly. We've seen a couple of athletes, including Peter Cow, actually miss out gate number 22. This is the race of his life. Moves into head. First under 90 seconds. Yuri Priskovich. They used to call him Little Yuri. He's coached by his father, Yuri Priskovich Sr., who's also a top international paddler. Yuri known for leaving nothing out there on the water and his real trademark head ducking under the poles. The middle section of this course was quite tricky. There were 8 gates in a row downstream. Offsets, one side to the other. 15 and 16 both upstream. This water's similar to London. So a lot of the athletes who are used to high pressure big situations like this water. As you can see, the blue bollards there are to shape the water. They can be moved on the concrete basin that was specifically made for the Rio Olympic Games. This is great legacy to see it keeping going. 2 years later, he comes through and takes second place. Well, it means we have a winner, and it's the German. Hannes Aigner takes gold for Germany. Yuri Priskovich, silver for the Czech Republic, and Pavel Eigel, a wonderful bronze for Russia. I'm pretty happy with this result. I didn't really expect such a good run. I had a really good feeling during the run. Super happy about it. And now I'm going to enjoy the party. So, 2018 has been a cracking year. Thank you, Rio. Thank you, Brazil. It's been a wonderful World Championships. Remember to follow us at Planet Canoe. See you next season for some more slalom.